So let's continue our road to an pure action creator focused world by also outsourcing the burger builder and the order action creator code into sagas. Let's start with the burger builder. If we analyze the burger builder action creator file, it's very simple. We got a lot of pure action creators in there already. So action creators which just do that, create an action. But we got one action creator, init ingredients, which actually runs some asynchronous code which executes a side effect. So for that, I'll create a new file in the sagas folder, burger builder.js. In there, I'll create my init ingredient saga, which will be an exported generator function. Add saga after the name. We'll get our action in there. And now I'll take the code from init ingredients and put it into the burger builder.js file here. Now we do use Axios here, but if we go back to the burger builder file in the actions folder, we see that we actually import Axios from our custom instance, so that we use our custom Axios instance from the Axios orders file. So I'll use the same import here in my saga file, because I obviously want to use the same instance of Axios here. That means we can also get rid of it in the burger builder.js file in the actions folder. Now, back in the burger builder.js file in the sagas folder, we import Axios. Now, if we have a look at the off.js file, we see that we also probably should import put from redux saga effects so that we can dispatch actions from within our saga. So let me add this import here too. And with that, I'll use the same approach as we did earlier. I'm going to store the response here in the response constant and use yield to wait for it to be returned and to automatically get the data this promise gives us once it resolves. And to also handle a failure, I'll wrap it with try. So I'll try to get my constant, my response here I should say, but if that fails, well then we will go into the catch block here and catch any error we might have and then handle it in the block thereafter. Now the only things I do is I do dispatch something. So in the saga world, we do this by yielding a put call, and what we do put is of course our action creator calls here where we pass on the data we got. For that I'll need to import them. So I'll import everything as actions from, and now let's go to the actions folder and there to the index file, which we also can import just like that by just referring to the folder as a whole. And then I can yield put actions, and now set ingredients is required here. For that we should make sure that in the index.js file in the actions folder, set ingredients is actually provided. It currently is not. So let's add it as an export from the burger builder file in there, set ingredients. We also have fetch ingredients failed here. We should also export this from burger builder. So let's add this too. With these two exports added, we can go back to our saga and dispatch actions set ingredients, pass on the response data. Whoops, excuse me, up here of course. So pass on the response data, or in the error case, put actions fetch ingredients failed. Make sure to also execute that. We can then remove the then catch code down there. This is our newly created saga. Let's now go back to index.js down there and let's register it. And for this, I'll export a new generator here, which I'll name watch burger builder to group all burger builder related code. Technically, we could add it here too, and we could have one big watch function or generator, but I like to have multiple ones. And then I will also import my sagas. Here it's only one, but it could be more, from /burger builder. And that one saga we do have, of course, is the init ingredient saga. So in watch burger builder, I will yield take every action types, and now I need a new action type which we actually dispatch in the burger builder file in the action creator, or in the actions folder. So the action we actually create here now. Because I no longer want to return dispatch and run async code in there. I just want to create an action instead. So let's create a new action type for that. I'll create a constant here in the action types folder, which I'll name init ingredients. So just as the action creator is called then. Init ingredients like this. And in the action creator, in the burger builder file in the actions folder, I'll set the type to action types init ingredients. So this is the action type to which we want to listen. So in the index.js file, I'll listen to action types init ingredients, and I will execute the init ingredients saga whenever this occurs. The final step is to also call this newly created generator function here from our index.js file on the root level of our application, so to say. There where we have saga middleware run watch off, I'll also add saga middleware run, and now let's import this from our sagas folder to watch burger builder. This saga here should also be run at the start without parentheses here. Let's save all of that. And this looks good. We still initialize our ingredients here successfully. If I reload this application one more time, we see set ingredients is dispatched here, and we do set the ingredients. And this works because we have our burger builder saga where we yield set ingredients. If I comment it out here, you see we got an infinite loading screen because we never set the ingredients. So we can really say that our saga is working correctly here. Let me comment it back in.